Hello everyone, I am Manish Pandey. Welcome back to this GenAI learning video series. Today we are going to build our first GenAI project. You heard it correctly. This is going to be our first GenAI project, and that is a simple GenAI project, just like a Hello World program in any of the programming languages. Okay, but before that, if you are completely new to this GenAI projects, GenAI things, then I will recommend you to quickly watch these videos. And for your convenience, I will put the links in the video description. You can watch it from there. Now, if you have already seen these videos or you are already familiar with this, then we will start with the building our first GenAI project. I will name it Hello GenAI Project. Correct? And for that, we will open this Visual Studio Code. I already have a folder created, GenAI project. Now I'll click on this new file and I'll name it Hello GenAI project dot py. That will be a Python. So we are going to create this GenAI project in the Python. So the next step will be I'll open this platform.openai.com, this website, where you need to log into this account. You need to basically, if you don't have an account, you need to create an account and then you have to log into this one. So you can see I already have an account and I logged into this one. You can see my credit balance. For the learning purpose, I have added $5 here. Got it. Now I need to click on API docs. So this is our dashboard. I'll click on API docs. From here, you see there is a button get started, or from left side, you see quick start. So we'll click on this quick start. Now take your first step with the OpenAI API. Now what we need to do? Okay, so the first step that we need to follow, create and export an API key. What do you mean like create and export? Basically, we need to just create an API key and we have to take that API key and we have to use that. Now, so here you see there are two options, Mac OS Linux and second Windows. So I'll go with the Windows. Here you see there is a code command, we can say, that we need to run in the PowerShell or directly in our Visual Studio command line. So before that we should have an API key. So what we'll do, we'll go to this platform.openai.com. This is the dashboard. From left side, you see API keys from the manage section. Okay, so we'll go to this, and then if you already have an API key created, you can just use that. Else, if you don't have, you can click on this create new secret key. You need to enter that name that you want to use. It can be anything, API key or anything. Select your project that you have created and then create a secret key that will create here. Now I have already created. So once you create that, you will get an option to copy that API key. Got it? Now I'll go to this developer quick start, this guide, and then we need to copy this code. I'll copy it from here, and then we need to open a PowerShell or command prompt like this. It can be here, command prompt or PowerShell, anything, or you can directly do this in your Visual Studio Code. You'll go here, click on this three option, and then from here we need to click on terminal and click on new terminal. Right, then here we are getting option debug, this console, terminal, output, everything. So I'll go to the terminal and paste that command here, and then here we need to paste that API key. So I'll copy my API key. I'll say do not use my API key, you can create your own, and now I'll paste the API key. Okay, after that I'll press enter, and now you see success, a specified value was saved. Now where is that saved? So basically When we run this command, when we run this code, basically, this setx open AI API key and then this API key, and we hit enter, then this API key is added to our environment variable. And where we can see the environment variable, that we can see by putting edit the system environment variables, click on that, and this is from system properties. Go to environment variables. Here you can see this OpenAI underscore API underscore key. This variable is created here, and that same that API key is added to this. Instead of writing this API key every time in our code, we'll add that in our environment variable and we can use it here. Now I'll show you how to use that. Now the next step is says that we need to install the OpenAI SDK. SDK means software development kit, right? So there is a SDK, the complete package for the OpenAI that we are going to install so that we can use the functions of that. Now to install that OpenAI SDK and run that API call, I'm going to use Python. So you see there are four to five: JavaScript, Python, .NET, Java, and Go. So I'm going to use Python, correct? And from here you see there is a code. This we need to copy. So we'll copy this. You can copy it from here, and then we'll open this Visual Studio Code. Go to that again terminal, paste here, and run that. Enter basically. Now this will install that package for the OpenAI. Successfully installed OpenAI 2.32.0. Now the next step is that we already have created a file name. Now we need to copy and paste this code. Test a basic API request. So we are going to copy this one. We'll copy this code which is for Python, and I'll paste here. Now you see here, if you have not installed this package, the OpenAI package, then you will be getting an error here. So we are not getting error because we are following the step by step all these things here. So everything is installed, no error here. Now I'll explain one by one. First, we are writing from OpenAI import OpenAI. So means like we are going to import OpenAI from that specific the package, the class that we are going to import from there, from OpenAI, so that we can use the functions of that OpenAI API. Now here we are writing client equal to OpenAI in the open close bracket, means we are going to establish a connection between the OpenAI server, we can say, and this will basically create a connection. It initialize a connection. See, it is like OpenAI. It is a class, right? It's a class you see. So we are going to use a class of OpenAI. So first we have imported here, and we are going to open that, use that class. And from here, what it does, basically it stores your API key. So once we'll use this one, it will take that API key from your environment. It will try to find where is that API key stored in your system. So it will take it that API key from your system, that environment variable. After that, it will also have some authentication, the BRL and all this endpoint, everything will be there in this OpenAI class, right? And we are storing this into the client variable. This is just a variable. You can rename with anything. Okay, so you see client variable, and we have response. There is another one variable. So basically, the output of this will be stored into this response variable, and then we are using here. We are saying client dot response dot create. We are saying what? We are saying use this model, right? We are also asking the server use this model GPT 5.4 and input. This is my question. This is my prompt. This is my input. And then based on that, we'll be getting an output. So that output will be stored in the response variable. And here we are going to print that. So in the response, there will be complete lots of data. So we'll just take a output text. Now here, the model is GPT 5.4, GPT 5.4. So we are not going to use that. For the learning purpose, I'm going to use GPT 4o mini, GPT 4o mini. This model I'm going to use because this is faster and there is a lower cost here. So cheapest and fastest, like, so we if you see, we already have a latest model, but that is very costly, and I have only $5 added to the credits added to my OpenAI. Okay, so I'm going to use this model GPT 4o mini. And now, as this is our first GenAI project, so I'll just say explain GenAI in simple words in one sentence. And this way we are going to create a first GenAI project. Now after that, we are writing this response dot output dot text. Means this is, you see, this is a property that we are going to use, which will give us the exact output, that the response that we are getting from the model. If I'll remove this, so you see we have a dot control plus space. Once I'll press that, then you see list of, you know, properties, methods, or like classes, everything that you see. So I'll write here output underscore text. This one I'm going to use. Got it? Now I'll just first I will delete these so that we'll get a phrase details. From here I'll click on run this Python file. And here you'll see in the terminal, let me move it this on the top. Okay, so we are getting this output. This way we successfully we have built our first simple GenAI project, that is Hello GenAI project. Now, if you are getting this error while running this, if you're getting this error, like you exceeded your current quota, please check your plan, then you know that you have to add that balance, you have to add the credits. And if you don't know how to do this, you can watch these with these two videos. Okay, and this way slowly we'll go further with the next projects. So I'll suggest you to subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon so that you will get all the videos notification, and like this video, and please do comment on this one. If you have any question, any suggestion, anything, if you want to share with me, please comment on this.